The biggest game changer for me when learning guitar, becoming a better guitarist, is when I started to visualise the notes that surround chords. Alright, it really was a game changer and completely changed the way I played. Because now when I can play chords, I can start bashing out a few licks, creating melodies, be more expressive, and develop my own style. I'm going to do this in the context of a progression that you can practice. And if you develop this muscle memory, with these licks and scales that surround particular chords, it's really going to help you on your journey. So, get your guitar and let's dive in. Alright, so the first part of this chord progression is going to sound like this. Alright, so let's break down what's happening here. First of all, we've got a G minor 7, a C7 and a D7. So we're playing this little blues progression here, with a 1, 4, 5. So basically the three chords we've got G minor 7, bar on the 3rd fret, 3rd finger on 5, on the A. You have a C7 here, which is just a B7 shape. I've got 3, 2, 3. Alright, and I'm just playing those three notes. And I'm doing the same thing for my D7 here on the 5th fret, 5, 4, 5. And the great thing about having these chords in this little box is that I'm right on the doorstep of shape 1, pentatonic scale, or the blues scale. Alright, I've also got the little extension of that as well. Alright, so yeah, that is a great thing to have because it's really easy under the fingers, and if you're comfortable with it, it's cool just to play a chord play some licks in between. So let's look at the very first lick. So I'm going to play this G minor 7. I'm going to go down, up, and then a little slap. And then this little lick from 5 to 7 on the G, 6 on the B, back again, off to 3, and then 7 on the D. Alright. Then I'm going to come into C7. Alright, I'm going to slide into that from 2. Like this again. Then this just little bend here on the G string. Right. Just nice simple lick. Bend up, down again, pull off. On 5. Pull down on, pull off in 3. 5 on the D. Back to 3, and then 5 on the D again. So far. And then I'm going to come into my D7. I'm going to do this cool little lick using the blue note. Alright, so I'm hammering on from 3 to 4 on the A string and pulling off. And then I'm getting 6 on the low E. Okay. And again, that's all notes from that blues scale within that. Okay, so let's just go over that. And you notice I'm hammering in to that chord as well. Alright, which just sounds kind of cool. Then I'm going to finish it off by doing this. Alright, so sliding up from 4 on the B and 5 on the G to 6 and 7. Alright, it's a little double stop. Alright, and again what I'm doing there is I'm just visualising that extension of that scale. Alright, so practice those moves in that position. And again, you can experiment with that as well. Alright, so now we're going to take the same chords, same 3 chords, up the dusty end and do something cool up here, alright? So for our G minor 7, we're barring the 10th fret from the A string and we're using that A minor 7 shape, alright? Then for our C7, we're using the E7 shape, barring the 8th fret, and barring the 10th fret, using the E7 shape for our D. So that's our 1, our 4, and our 5. Okay, so the lick, or the progression is going to sound like this. So the first lick here, what I'm thinking is shape 4 of the pentatonic scale, or the blues scale. And again, this was a big aha moment for me, is that when you play an A minor or minor 7 shape, you have shape 4 under your fingers. Okay, so that would be... Alright, but the way I like to visualize it is this little run. Because if you're playing any shape, any A minor shape, like you play a D minor here, you can use that, alright? So it's good to get that under your fingers. So the lick that we're going to practice is this. So what I'm doing here is I get my first finger on 10, my middle finger on 11, bending that up, getting it as a double stop, getting both strings, little bluesy nudge there on the 11th fret. Then pull off from 12 to 10 on the G, 12 on the D, then slide from 12 to 10, then 8 on the D. Alright, then I'm going to come into my C7, again hammer into that. And what I've got here is I have got shape 2 of the pentatonic scale, which you can use over this, because it's the major pentatonic we're using here, right? Now, over a 7 chord, you can use minor or major. Alright, you could use... Or... Alright, both work fine over a 7 chord. So, the lick we're going to do is we're going to bend this B up, back down, 10 to 8, pull off. Alright. And then we come on to 10 actually of the G. And then I'm going to hammer on between this major and minor third. Minor to major. That's 8 to 9. Right? And then the root on 10 on the D. Alright, and then I'm going to come into my D7. And I'm going to do this cool thing. And basically all I'm doing there is I'm getting this triad version of this chord, which is 10, 11, 10 from the D string. And I'm sliding in from one fret behind. Alright. Basically it's just a triad version of D7. That just sounds really nice when you slide in it like that. Okay? Then I'm going to get this double stop here. I'm going to get a little chicka. Alright, which is 12, 12 on the D and G. Back to 10, 10. Alright, so far this all sounds like this. And then I'm going to come back into my G7 here, G minor 7. I'm going to get the, again, we're in shape 1 of the pentatonic scale here. I'm going to get 6 on the B. Bend that G note up, the G string on the 5th fret. Back down, pull off. Back to 5 on the D. 3, then 5. And that's it. Alright, so again, you get different boxes here, different ideas, how to visualise those notes over the chords. And what I suggest you do is that you try and do your own thing with it. as well. Try and experiment, and that's how you'll develop your own style. So hope that lesson's been of use to you. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.